1 second. So if you want to work with a playlist today, I've just, again, hopefully it works this time, put a playlist, a Spotify link in the sort of chat box at the side. So have a look at that. Let me know if you are getting a link to it. Fingers crossed it's going to work. So you just need to put the link into URL and it should go ahead. So we'll just take a moment to get settled. We're going to start seated. So if you do want to grab a hold of something to sit on, if you've got a block, great. But if you don't, you can use like a thick book or a blanket or a folded up cushion, whatever is good for you, just to give your hips a little bit of height. Also, anything else that you might want around you, it does get a little bit more of a fibre practice. So if you want some water or a towel or to crack a window open, then go ahead and do that. At the moment, we've got 2 minutes till we start. So just give yourself that time to settle in, just like how you would in a normal studio setting. So we're not rushing straight into it. And yes, let me know if there's any problem. If I don't hear anything in the chat, then I'm going to assume that you can get onto the playlist. And just with the playlist, make sure that it's not going to shuffle. So you want it to play from the first song. The first song is called Sing Tree, and you just want it to be able to play all the way through. And I will let you know when to press play. So don't go premature on me. Wait for a moment. Nice. Cool. All right, let's bring ourselves down to seated then. So coming onto your block or however you want to go. If you're not comfortable cross-legged, you can always just come down onto your shins if you prefer instead. And the good thing about a block is it just gives you a little bit of height of your hips, allows a bit of space to free up in the lower back. Good. I will just say before we start, I managed to crick my neck the other night when I was asleep, and I've got quite limited movement. So if you see me doing like bizarre things like this instead of twisting, then that is why. All right, hands onto your knees, hands onto your lap, wherever's comfortable. And then when you're ready, let's just come to close the eyes down. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here. And if you're not comfortable closing the eyes straight away, that's absolutely fine. Then just sort of blur through the gaze instead, just soften there. And I want you to now just begin to become aware of the space underneath you, so the surface that is supporting your body. Notice what part of your body is connected here. So it might be your sit bones, the tops of the shins, the tops of the feet. And then noticing the space that is around you. So not just the front of the body, but also the sides, the back surface of the body, the space above, the three-dimensional space in which you are taking up. Notice anything that you can hear, anything further away, anything a little closer by. And then just check in with yourself now. So check in how you are doing physically, how you're doing energetically, how you're doing emotionally. And just give yourself the opportunity to accept whatever it is that is arising. So what we're going to go on to do is what I like to call an embodied practice. So we really come into the body and we're fully aware of what we're doing. So it's not a case of disconnecting, it's not a case of numbing out as we physically move, but instead completely tuning in. And this is the physical aspect of it, yes, but also the emotional and the mental and the energetic aspect of it. So if you find as you sit here you are feeling rage, or if you're feeling joy, or if you're feeling anxiety, or if you're feeling compassion, or anywhere that's in between, then can you just allow yourself to feel it fully? So So answer the question honestly. Don't answer the question with what you think you should feel when you turn up to a yoga practice, or what would be a polite thing to feel, or what your neighbor might be feeling right now. But what are you feeling? And hold the charge. Finding a sense of acceptance, because we know that this is just a phase. We know that we're going to pass through it. Morph into the next sense of feeling, energetically, physically, emotionally. Good, and we'll just take one hand now onto our chest, so spread the palm onto your heart space, and then the other hand is going to press down into the earth. So it might just be your fingertips that are gently touching, or maybe you've got full palm in contact. And using this tactile element, so a lot of us will be lacking the touch at the moment, but it doesn't mean that we can't find that same sensitivity of touch in ourselves. So feel where your hand is laid on your chest. Feel the hand that is connected to the earth. Touch and breath are two of the most simple and profound tools that can really bring us into this moment in time. Breathing into these spaces, not changing the breath, just simply allow the body to breathe. Good, and then let's release the hands onto the knees. Now take a very gentle, slow, long inhale through your nose. And a releasing exhale out of your mouth. We'll just do that one more time. A really gentle, long breath in. And a releasing breath out. Good. Slowly closing the lips. And then gently allowing the eyes to blink open, allowing the light in. Good. All right, if you're using music, go ahead and press play. First song, I believe, is called Sing Tree. And then let's come into a tabletop position. So if you've got any props underneath, you just pop them to the side. I'm just going to check the chat quickly, but you bring yourself into your tabletop. All right, so coming into tabletop position, hands are going to deep guide underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. I know a few of you have said you can't find this Spotify playlist. I'm not sure why that's working at the moment. We'll go with that. We'll listen to our breath. All right, so find a sense of length through your spine. Reach through the crown of the head, set back through the sit bones. Let's take an in-breath. And as you exhale, start to round into your spine. So as you push the earth away, drawing your chin in towards your chest. Good. As you inhale, let's drop the belly button down, lift your sit bones, press the chest up, arch through the spine. Good. Exhale, rounding into the back, chin to the chest, push the earth away as you find that nice deep curve. Inhaling, as you drop the belly button down, lift the sit bones, lifting through the chest. Good. Keep on going in your own time, finding this relationship straight away between your breath and your movement. And then gradually start to move your body in a different way, in an intuitive way. So, color outside of the lines, start to move into more of a wildcat. So articulate through your shoulders, through your hips, through your rib cage. And as you're moving here, really asking the body what it would like to do at this point, what it needs from you. So any tension that you might have built throughout the day, just ticking in, and we can begin to free ourselves or detach ourselves from this idea that this is going to be an aesthetic practice, or that this is a practice of creating pretty shapes, because it's not. It's more about tuning into the body in an embodied manner, finding that link between our breath and our movement, and starting to create these seamless transitions so that we find a sequence, we create a sequence that just links from beginning to end. Good. Taking one or two more rounds of breath here. If you're doing something one-sided, start to even out to the other side. Good. And then let's come back into that tabletop position. So again, feel where you are connected to the earth. Bring that sense of touch back in. Push the earth away. Let's tuck the toes underneath. And then just hover your kneecaps about 1 inch away from the floor. Hugging the belly button back towards the spine. Take another breath in. Exhale, strong through the core. One last breath, inhaling. Exhale. Now keep your knees lifted. We're going to send our sit bones all the way back towards your heels, gaze to your palms, and then as you push down through the hands and the feet, start to lift the sit bones up, downward facing dog. Good. Pedaling the legs out, shaking the head, swaying the hips. Again, just move freely here. So ask your body what it needs, and then do it. Do what it requires. Good. All right, gradually let's find a stillness in that downward facing dog. So pressing the palms down, now wrap your elbows into your ears. You feel this brace through your shoulders. Good. Inhale, let's lengthen our spine. And as you exhale, see if you can take your chest a little further back to your shins. Now that might mean that your knees bend and your heels slightly lift. Last breath here, inhaling. Exhaling. Good. From there, just start to pedal the feet out, bending and straightening into the legs. And then use that action now to take tiny little baby steps coming towards the top of your mat. And we'll find a forward fold. So just hanging off your thighs, take a hold of your opposite elbow. Let the body sway side to side. And I've got a nice, generous bend into my legs. So I'm thinking about my spine just hanging off my hips and my head hanging off my spine. All right, and then let's just release the hands down to the ground. Deepen the bend into the legs, so really drop the seat heavy. And as you feel the weight through your feet now, start to push the earth away as we roll up through the spine. So keep the bend in the legs, drawing yourself up, just stacking bone upon bone until we come up to vertical. Whew. All right, bring yourself towards the very top of your mat. I'm going to turn to face you, but if you bring yourself to the top, we'll take the feet about hip distance apart today, so around about your hip bones, just lining up with the soles of the feet. Now take a breath in, let's reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands through to prayer heart center, allow the eyes to close down. Okay, we're going to start the sequence with a bit of balancing, so just want to bring us into the awareness of the feet. So lift all of your 10 toes up and away from the floor. Try and keep the eyes closed as you do this, so we're using the sensory information of the body. So all the toes spreading. Now, can you feel a little bit of space between each digit? Just tune into that. And now start to place just your big toe down and keep the other 8 toes lifted. Again, try not to open the eyes. Just see if you can do this without the visual information. And then swap. So 8 toes are going to go down, just the big toe lifts. We're going to start to alternate between these. So just going big toe, 8 toes, good, keep on going. And you might have no idea what's going on because you might not be able to feel it very well, but that's fine. It doesn't matter if you're not doing it completely correctly. Just keep on doing as much as you can with that information that the body is sending back to you from the feet. And the more you do this, the more energy and the more activation we're going to start to bring into the feet. Now just lift all your 10 toes away and start to place them down one at a time from the outside in. So the pinky toe, and then you do a little toe Mexican wave until eventually the big toe finds the floor. Good. Root down through the feet. Keep the body as it is. Just inhale. Stand a little bit taller as you draw the energy up through the body. Now as you exhale, root down. Shoulder blades slide down the back of the body. Tailbone heavy. Heels rooting into the earth. One more round of breath. Inhale, we rise, we energetically lift. Exhale, we root down. Nice. Okay, from there, gently start to blink the eyes open and allow the light in. Let's reach the arms out beside us. Good. So I'm going to stay facing you just for the very first bit of this so you can see what I'm going to do with my arms. So we're going to start by palms facing in towards each other. Now curl your fingertips up towards each other so the palms are facing away. And the hands are going to thread up your center line. Now as they go above the head, flip so the palms face towards each other and then away. And as you exhale, you're going to press the arms down through space. Good. We're going to do that one more time, only this time. Inhale, curl the fingertips in, start to thread them up your center line and lift your right foot away from the floor. So drawing your knee up towards your chest. Good. Now as we open the arms, we're going to externally rotate through this right leg. So the right knee starts to rotate out towards the side. And as you kick this right foot back, you're going to lean forward as you open the arms out. So this left arm comes forward and your right arm reaches back. And it's kind of a variation of half moon essentially. So we open through the pelvis. Just find a sense of that balance. You might be all over the place. If you've got furniture around you, hold on to it. Why not? Okay, from there, dial your right hip bone down, your right shoulder down. You parallel your pelvis off. And then you're going to cut this right foot underneath you, and that allows you to transfer the weight to the other side. Now you're on your right foot and your left leg is lifting. Same thing with the arms. Inhale, fingertips curl in. We draw our thigh up towards our chest, we open. Now start to externally rotate through that left leg. Extend the left foot behind you as you hinge forward. So you've got to find this counterbalance really. The arm and the chest are reaching forward while the leg is extending behind. Good. Feel where your sense of gravity is, where your sense of weight is. And then let's dial that left hip bone down, left shoulder down. And then again, we're going to cut this left foot underneath you. Transfer the weight to the right leg. Last time, inhale, lifting up, good. Opening out. Now really, really expand. Finding this variation of half moon. Now we're going to bend deeper into our supporting left leg. We're going to step behind us onto our right foot. This brings us into a warrior two. See where that foot lands? Mine is nowhere near a warrior two, so give yourself a moment just to kind of alter your feet. Right toes are facing to the long side of your mat. Your left toes are forward facing. And then expand the arms. So reach through the fingertips, pull them in the opposite direction. Good. Just take a breath in your warrior two, inhaling. Exhale, maybe go a little deeper. All right, let's flip our left palm to the ceiling. We're going to reach this left arm forwards and then reach it up as you reverse. Now I want you to straighten your left leg and flex your left toes to the ceiling. So as you reach behind you or diagonally up, you're drawing one line from the fingertip towards the heel on the left side. Come back into that warrior two, bend into the knee. Same thing, but this time we're going to transfer into another shape. So we reach this left arm forward, push the floor away. Now, flexing the toes to the ceiling, you're going to rotate the left toes in and pop the foot down onto the floor. This left arm continues to carve in front of you. You're looking for your right ankle and then you grab a hold of it with your left hand. Now, bend your right knee, but keep your left leg super straight. So right leg is bent, left leg super straight. We're going to start to twist to our right hand side. So rotate through your ribs, through your shoulders, and then reach this right arm up towards the ceiling. Good. Finding that nice twist. So it's not just about the shoulders opening, it's about the space between the rib cage, essentially, our thoracic spine. Good. Now from here, we're going to bend into this right arm. We feed our right arm underneath us, and as we do so, transfer the weight to that left leg, grab a hold of your left ankle. Right leg is now straight. Find your twist. Twisting up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're practicing outside. Opening through this left arm. Good, one more breath. Exhale. Now bend into that left elbow, feed the arm underneath you. This time you're going to walk all the way over towards your right leg and then parallel your feet off as you come into a runner's lunge. So you're framing your right foot with your hands. Back leg is nicely bent. Take a deep bend into both knees. Now root down and allow that pressure down to lift your chest up. Arriving with your hands above your head, shoulders on top of your hips. All right, left glute is engaging, left glute is squeezing, protecting the lower back. And in your hands, I want you to imagine you're holding on to something. So maybe like a bowl of water, maybe an energy ball, depending on what way you're inclined. And we're going to start to transfer this forward. So whatever it is you're holding in your hands, you're going to incline. Offer it to the space in front of you. Hips stay nice and low. Now begin to pivot on the feet. And we bring ourselves all the way over towards our left foot. Now whatever is in your hands, lay it down into the earth as you frame your left foot. Right knee finds the floor. Untap the toes. Breathe in. Let's lift the chest. Sweep the arms to the ceiling. Low lunge. Again, squeeze that right glute. This is really important to protect our spine so that we don't rely on these really small muscles in the lower back. Okay, from here, flip your palms forward. We're going to inhale, open through our chest. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, pull them down. We're kind of circling them back in space. Now roll your shoulders inwards, pop your fingertips down onto the floor. And we're going to send our sit bones back. Flex our left toes to the ceiling, coming into a half split. Good. Coming forwards once again, left foot finds the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms, they circle behind us. Rotate through your shoulders. Fingertips come down, breathe in, let's send the sit bones back as we flex the left toes up. Exhale, moving forward. Let's do this sequence one more time. So the breath in lifts us. Exhale as we open. Breathing in, rolling the shoulders forwards. Sending the sit bones back. And then moving forward. So we're going to go one more half round and we'll end in that half split. Inhale to lift. Exhaling as you open. Inhale, roll the shoulders and then send the sit bones back. Holding when you come into that half split. Now if your left leg is not fully straightening, don't worry about it at all. Just wherever you feel like you're at the kind of pinpoint of that stretch happening for you. If the hands are not comfortably laying down on the floor, then pop your hands onto your hips if the floor is a little further away. Okay, let's breathe in, lengthen our spine, pull the front corners of the rib cage forwards. And as you exhale, see if you can go a little bit lower. Good, a little balance test as well if your hands are on your hips. Last breath. Exhale. All right, let's begin to walk ourselves forwards once again. And we're going to start to reach the arms up. Okay, now at this point, if you are someone with niggly knees, I want you to be really mindful. You might want to double fold. I mean, we're just going to move through something, but you might want to double fold the mat or maybe get a blanket or something to put on top of your mat. We're going to lift our right foot away from the floor. So you're just now pivoting on your right kneecap. Now send your toes to your left-hand side. So your shin now comes parallel onto the ground. Sit down onto your right heel. Reach this right arm long to the very back of your mat. And then turn your left toes in. And as you do, you're going to push your hips forward and lift your chest. Now this left arm sweeps down along the floor. Inhale, it lifts and we open into like a modified side plank. Now let's reverse all of that and come back into our lunge position. So lift yourself. Good, just come back to here so we can just remark this pathway in our bodies. Lifting up, we're going to pivot on your right kneecap, toes go to the left-hand side. Sit all the way down, reach the right arm long, this left arm brushes along the floor, you turn the left toes into the long side of the mat, and then inhale, open. Lovely, I know you've got it. Perfect. So we reach through the left arm, press down through your left foot. Now I want you to open through your chest and reach this left arm behind you. So rotate through your chest, see the ceiling, see the sky if you're practicing outside. And then come back on yourself. Send this left arm overhead, sit back down onto your sit bone, and then we're going to just shift our right hand in a little bit. Good, so this is where I can't really use my neck very well to see you. I'm lifting with my eyebrows. So right hand is going to plant down onto the floor. Now our 2 points of contact are going to be our right hand and our left foot. So go ahead and lift everything else off, i.e. your right shin. So you're balancing on these 2 points. Now we're going to thread our right leg through as you extend your left arm behind you. You could put this right foot down on the floor. If you want to go a little bit more sort of fiery straight away, we're going to lift this right foot away from the floor. Just give it one breath, inhale. Good, now exhale, keep the right leg straight, but sit all the way down. We're gonna keep it moving. Left arm is gonna sweep to your right foot. It draws a diagonal overhead, you're just lifting your chest, keep the seat on the floor for the moment, and then reverse that, come back on yourself. Do this 2 more times, inhale, sweeping this left arm overhead. Exhaling as you lower down. Last time, breathe in, sweeping the left arm overhead. Exhale. Now as you come back this time, you're going to keep circling this left arm out. And as you do so, you let your left knee drop to the floor. So left arm and left knee drop down. Keep twisting to your left hand side. You're going to plant your palms down behind you, pull your thighs in, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, and you're facing the back of your mat. Find your down dog. Inhale, let's send the right leg up and high behind us. Good. Hold that right leg lifted. Now we're going to start to walk our hands back towards our left foot. Coming into a standing split. Now your standing split might look a bit more like a warrior 3. Absolutely fine. Maybe the leg's going a little bit higher. See what kind of balance you want to go for today. So just to begin with, maybe you're playing around with the hands being a little lighter on the floor. If you're feeling super balanced, you could already go ahead and maybe lift the hands, maybe catch a hold of your ankle, whatever variation. Be kind to yourself. It's often in balancing that we get really frustrated, or I know I do, and sort of expect that we should be superpower with our balancing. Just suss it out. Just see how it's going for you today. Good. Take one more round of breath in your balance. And then from here, we're going to cross our right foot behind our left foot. So come into a forward fold, but the legs are crossed. Now just soften over your thighs. Let it go. Release, release. Connect your palms. Breathe in. Engage your core as you lift all the way up to standing. Hands are going to come through to prayer heart center. Now we twist to our right shoulder, pivot on the balls of the feet, and this brings you forward. Parallel your feet off like magic. Going on our left hand side, let's release the arms beside the body. So we start with the fingertips curling in, backs of the hands are pressing against each other. Inhale, just reaching the arms above the head. And then with that resistance, you push the palms down through space. Let's do this again. Inhale, lifting up. This time your left leg is going to come up with you. So pull your left thigh up towards your chest. Now open your left knee out to the left hand side. Start to extend this left leg backwards as you reach your chest forward. So you're counterbalancing as you open. Good. Little soft bend into that right knee so you feel this sense of buoyancy through your hip, through your knee. Now square everything off towards the floor, and you're going to cut this left foot behind your right foot. As you do so, it transfers the weight over. Inhale, right leg is lifting, arms thread through center line. Open this right knee out. Kick the foot behind you as you reach the arms forward. So you're taking up as much space as you can in whatever room or outdoor space you're in. Dial the right hip down, shoulder down, cut the right foot behind. Last time, inhale. Woo. Lifting that left leg up. Opening the left knee out. Feeding it behind you as you find that incline. Now from here, we are going to come into our warrior two. So the more you guide your weight forward, the more control you're going to have with that left foot, finding the floor. Gaze down, see where your feet are, and then organize them into your warrior two. Reaching the arms out nice and long. You stay as you are. I'm just going to turn around so that I don't face my back to you. Okay, right foot forward, left toes are facing the long side of your mat, and we're pulling the fingertips apart from each other. Inhaling. Exhale, find a moment of stillness, just settle into that warrior two. Lovely. Okay, let's flip our right palm to the ceiling. Reach forward. Inhale, reverse, but straighten the right leg and flex the right toes to the ceiling. Exhale, come back into that warrior two. Right foot goes down. This time, slightly different. We reverse with the in-breath. Now turn your right toes in until the foot finds the floor. Keep carving this right arm in front of you. You're looking for your left ankle to grab a hold of. The left leg is bent, the right leg is straight. Now begin to twist. You start from your belly button, then your rib cage, then your chest, your shoulders, and then the arm. The fingertips, the very, very last thing to unravel up towards the ceiling. One more breath. Good. Now from there, let's carve this left arm underneath and transfer to the other side. Grab a hold of your right ankle. Left leg is now super straight. Right leg is bending and we're twisting up towards the ceiling. Now can you find a sense of your pelvis being really heavy? So allow the pelvis to drop down, but keep that left leg nice and straight. Good. This time, we're going to carve this right arm underneath us. Walk ourselves over to our left foot and frame it. Come into your runner's lunge. Okay, deep bend into both knees. Now, feel the weight of your body as it melts into the mat. And from there, use that pressure down to allow the rise up. So the more you root, the more you rise. The more of these two directions of energy you can find, the stronger both of them become in your body. Last breath, inhaling. Exhale. Okay, hold on to whatever it is in your hands. Really feel it, really visualize it. And we start to offer it forwards. We incline our chest. Now keep your hips low, you pivot on your feet, bring everything around, and whatever it is in your hands, you're going to lay it down onto the floor, either side of that right foot. Left knee finds the floor, untuck your toes again, push down to rise, inhale, reach the arms above the head. Whew. Holding there, last breath. Exhale, okay, now let's breathe in, lift our chest, exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, they circle behind us. Now find this lovely moment where you roll your shoulders inwards, unfold the arm, fingertips down. Breathe in, let's extend through that right hamstring, flex the toes. Exhale, move it forwards. We're going to do this 2 or 3 more times. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we open. Breathing in, roll the shoulders forwards. Inhale, send the sit bones back, flex the toes. Exhale, coming forwards. Let's take 1 more full round. Inhaling, we rise. Exhale, we open. Rolling forwards. Sending the sit bones back. Exhale, 1 more half round, and we're going to meet in your, what's it called, half split. If you are going in a different time to my breathing, absolutely fine. Keep moving with your breath, but just press the pause button when we come into this half split. Okay, so really flexing through the toes. Again, if the floor is further away for you today, just pop your hands onto your hips, give you a little bit more space. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, see if you can go maybe a little bit lower. Nice, and again, it's a good one for the core, this balance, because you really have to work out where your sense of weight is. Okay, let's start to move ourselves forward, so bend back into that right leg. Now we're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Again, mindful with your knees, really be careful here, and start to lift your left foot away from the floor. So you're just pivoting on your left knee. Now the left toes go to the right hand side. Start to sit down onto your left heel, reach your left arm long, flex through your right foot, push the toes forward as you push your hips forward, and this right arm swings all the way overhead. We come into this modified side plank. Again, reverse, come back into your low lunge. Good. Just last time, just to mark this, get the pathway in the body. Lift your left foot, turn the toes towards the right hand side, you sit down. Find this grounded heaviness. Left hand goes to the floor, right arm sweeps along the ground, you push the hips forward and you reach. Now this time we're going to circle this right arm behind us. I have a chest of drawers in the way, but if you don't, hopefully you don't, open your chest a little bit more. Spin the ribcage up towards the ceiling. Good, now come back on yourself, reverse the journey of this right arm. And you're going to sit down onto that left heel. We'll do a little cheat moment, we bring our left hand in slightly. Now your 2 points of contact are going to be your left hand and your right foot. So go ahead and lift everything else away from the floor. Thread this left leg through, extend, extend, extend. Maybe the foot's on the floor so you've got a bit of extra support, or maybe it's lifted, your choice. 1 more breath. Exhale, now keep the left leg straight as you lower the hips down. This right arm continues to move. It's going to sweep down to your left foot. It draws a big scoop overhead, a big C shape. And then reverse that, come back on yourself. 2 more times for this. Breathe in, we lift, open through your chest. Exhale, we lower down. Last one, breathe in, lift the chest. Exhale, now this time, this right arm circles, but it doesn't stop. So it continues to open, and as it does so, the right knee drops to the floor. Keep circling behind, 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 keep twisting, plant the palms down when you can't go any further, pull the thighs inwards, tuck the toes, send the sit bones up and high. You may well not be on your mat anymore, it's absolutely fine. We come off our mats a lot in dance flow. Okay, from here, left leg is lifting, inhale to reach your left leg high. You should be facing the back of your mat now. Now keep your weight in your left foot, start to walk your hands back towards your right foot as you come into your standing split. And again, standing split might look more like a warrior 3. Maybe get a leg a little bit higher. Try externally rotating through that left leg to get a little bit more length, a little bit more space in the pelvis essentially. It just helps to open up. And then see what balance is available. So it might just be your fingertips that are just lightly releasing from the floor. Maybe you want to go head, hands to prayer, grab an ankle. What works for you today? Be curious. This is the thing, be curious rather than expecting. Now let's cross our left foot behind our right foot. Dangle forwards in your forward fold, just let it all go. And then connect your palms. Now really strong through your core as you lift up. Belly button to spine, inhale to lift. Exhale, hands through to Prayer Heart Center. Let's twist to our left shoulder. Pivot forward on the balls of the feet and you're facing the top of your mat. Good, I'm going to come over to the side. So you stay facing the top of your mat. We're going to go straight away, right side once again. Let's release the arms. Curl the fingertips in, the backs of the hands are connecting. Inhale, it feeds up through your center line. Lift with the gaze. Exhale, push the palms down in space, find that resistance. This time, same choreography with the arms, but you're lifting your right leg up. Now we're going to turn our right knee out towards the right hand side, and as you push your right foot back in space, you incline your chest, reach forward through those left fingertips. Straight away, dial your right hip bone down, and cut this right foot underneath you, come onto the other side, change it over, left leg lifts up, same choreography with the arms. Open the left knee out towards the left hand side, we feed it behind as we reach our fingertips forwards, forwards, forwards. Good. Carve everything down towards the floor, parallel off. Cut your left foot underneath you. Last time, inhale, we rise. Push into that left foot. Good, opening out. Now extend the most generous step behind you as you can. So to do that, you need to lean forward. Take the weight into your left foot. Step the right foot to the very back of your mat. Warrior two. Now see if you can sense where your body is rather than always looking at it. So this is again another part of having an embodied practice. See if you can feel that you're in the right place. Let's flip our left palm to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse, flex the toes up. Exhale, move back into that warrior two. This time, inhale, reverse. Now turn the left toes in, you carve this left arm in front of you, you're looking for your right ankle, go ahead and grab it. Left leg is straight, right leg is bent, let's twist, gazing up towards the ceiling as we unthread the fingertips, very last. Exhale, carve this right arm underneath you, transfer to the other side. Grab a hold of your left ankle, inhale, twisting. Good, exhale, carve this left arm underneath you, walk yourself to your right foot. Find your low lunge or your runner's lunge. Now push down as you rise, high lunge, reach the arms above the head. Straight away, what is it that you've got in your hands? Feel that sense of weight. We start to offer it forwards. Incline your chest. Now keep your hips low. It's all about the feet here. So the feet are doing the work to move yourself around and then fingertips into the ground. Back knee softens down. Untuck your toes. Let's inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Okay, straight away, we're going to cactus the arms, pull the elbows down in space. Roll the shoulders in. Fingertips go down, send the sit bones back as you breathe in. Exhale, move it forwards. Keep on going. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower the arms. Inhale, roll the shoulders in. Sit bones back, exhale, pull yourself forward. So keep on going in your own time with this. If you're practicing next to someone, you will naturally start to go out of time with them. If you're practicing on your own, this is such a wonderful opportunity to really move with your breath whilst not being affected sort of subconsciously by people that are around you and their breath and their energy. So I really want you to tune in to your breath. And I'm going to give you an option now to start to maybe not use the hands on the floor. So when you're moving the hips back and forwards, maybe the arms are going to stay lifted and it's just about the legs moving. And again, I want you to find a movement with your arms that suits your body. So it might look very different to what my body is doing in this time. And it's just an option. If you want to keep the hands on the floor, go ahead. This is your practice, your body. Let's take one more full round. Wherever you are, don't stop. But just press pause as you next come back into that low lunge. I'm going to stay for a breath, so don't rush to get there if you're not there already. Nice. Okay, now from here, we reach our arms forward. We're going to lift the right foot from the floor, pivot on the knee to the left-hand side, sit all the way down. We start to link this up. Right hand plants to the ground. Push the hips forward as you spin the toes forward. Sweep this left arm all the way overhead. Now circle it behind you as you open through your chest. So you're almost as expansive as you could possibly be. You're opening everything. Now come back on yourself. Curl into this tiny ball. Sit down onto your right heel. Little cheat moment with your right hand in slightly. Okay, let's lift our right shin away from the floor. Send your right leg through. Inhale as you open. If you want support, right foot is going to find the floor. Can you lift your hips a little higher? Good. Now keep the right leg straight as you lower down. Keep it moving. Left arm is going to swing towards your right foot. Now, if you're feeling okay in your back, guys, you can start to lift your hips up, come into a wild thing.
Exhale, come back on yourself. We do this 2 more times. We breathe in, squeeze the glutes if you're lifting the hips. Exhaling as you lower down. Do this 1 more time. Breathe in, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Now as you come back, we're going to keep circling this left arm so it opens. Left knee opens, we twist to our left side. Plant your palms down, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog facing the back of your mat. You might need to shimmy onto your mat or just stay if you're not. Inhale, right leg is lifting. Exhale, walk your feet back towards, your hands back towards your left foot. Finding your standing split. Now option, if you want to go for something different, you're going to bend your right knee and see if you can grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand. Good. So the hardest part about that variation is just finding where the foot is. After you find the foot, it's not so hard. When I normally teach this, I do it facing the mirror so you can kind of see where the foot is. But have a little play around, see if that's available. And then lift that right knee up towards the ceiling, stack your hips open. Okay, let's let go. Let's cross our right foot behind our left foot. Dangle in your forward fold. Let everything relax. Connect your palms. Inhale, let's sweep the arms to the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, hands through to prayer heart center. Let's twist to our right shoulder, coming forwards. Same thing, second side. Sweep the arms down. Curl the fingertips in. Inhale as you rise through that center line. With resistance, we push down. This time, as the arms thread up, the left leg is lifting. Push down with the right foot to find your balance. Open the left knee out towards the left-hand side. Let's push back into this variation of half moon. Keep it moving. Straight away, dial the left hip bone down. You're going to cut this left foot behind you. Transfer to the other side. Inhale as we reach. Opening this right knee. Leg extending out as you reach the left arm. Forward, forward, forward. Lovely. Carving down. Cut the right foot underneath. Inhale as we lift this left leg. Opening. Good. Reaching back. Now I really want you to reach the weight forward so that you've got more control to step the left leg further back behind you. Good. Making all sorts of weird noises today. Warrior 2. Stay as you are. I'm going to flip around. From there, flip your right palm to the ceiling. Inhale, let's reverse. Flex the right toes up as you side bend. Exhale, come back into that warrior 2. This time, inhale, reaching up. Turn the right toes in. You're looking for your left ankle. Bend into the left knee as you grab a hold of it. Left arm is twisting. We open. We thread to the ceiling. Exhale, feed this left arm underneath you. Transfer to the other side. Grab a hold of the right ankle. Find your twist. Can you go a little deeper into those legs? Right arm feeding underneath you. This time you walk yourself into your runner's lunge. Frame your left foot. Bend into both knees, root down to rise, high lunge. Now hold again whatever it is that is above your head and offer it forwards as you incline. Keep bending the knees, the hips are really low, really earthy as you move all the way round. Hands into the ground, back knee finds the floor and tuck the toes. Inhale, let's lift our arms to the ceiling. Exhale, open, cactus your arms. Inhale, roll the shoulders in, fingertips go down, send the sit bones back as you extend, and then moving forward. Start to move a little bit more freely now with your breath. Your inhale to lift you, exhale to lower. Rolling the shoulders, send the sit bones, and then maybe start to explore, start to play around with not using your arms, as in not using your fingertips on the floor. So keep on going in your own time and really move. Just come back to exactly where we were at the very beginning when we were in tabletop and we were moving in the way that our body wanted us to move. Go back to that. Ask your body what it wants at this point in time and move in that motion. So it might be really slow, it might be a little bit more fiery, you might stumble at some point, you might fall over, it doesn't matter. Again, it's not performance, you're not here to impress anyone, we're just moving our bodies. Okay, next flow. Next time you're coming back up towards that low lunge, we're going to hold there. Again, don't rush if you are not there yet. I want you to take all the time it takes you to finish that round. I'm going to wait for a breath. Now lift your left foot up and away from the floor, pivot on the knee. We start to reach the arms forwards. Sit all the way down. Left hand stretches long, push the hips forward. Inhale, we sweep this right arm all the way overhead and then circle it behind you. Open, open, open through your chest. Come back on yourself. You curl into this tiny little ball. Now place your left hand a little closer to your left knee and lift your left shin away from the floor. We're going to extend the left leg through as you lift and open through your hips. Could you lift the hips a little higher? Exhale, low all the way down. Keep it moving. Send the right arm towards the right foot. Breathe in. Maybe we're going to lift the hips. If you do, squeeze your glutes. Wild thing. Exhale, circling out of it. 2 more times. Breathe in. We lift. We rise. Exhaling, we lower down. Last time. Breathing in, lifting, rising. Exhale, lowering down. Now keep this right arm circling. Open your right knee. Hands planted behind you. Squeeze your thighs in. Downward facing dog. You're facing the back of your mat. Left leg lifting with the in-breath. And then walk your hands towards your right foot. This is going to bring you into your standing split. See which variation you want to go for. If you want that different variation, bend into your left leg. See if you can grab your left foot with your right hand. And then if you are doing that option, instead of the knee pointing downwards, think if you can open your hip and then put your knee up towards the ceiling. Nice. Now let's cross our left foot behind our right foot. Dangle forwards in your forward fold. Connect your palms as you inhale, you lift yourself all the way up. Hands to prayer. Pivot to your left hand side, face forwards. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, fold down. Coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Step the feet back. Find a downward facing dog. Find a child's pose. Knees down. Send the sit bones to the heels, reach the arms forwards. Good. Okay, rest it out for a few moments. If you are not comfortable in child's pose, come into any other sort of passive resting position. So lie down onto your tummy, lie down onto your back, and just be. So just soften wherever you are. And just as we did at the very beginning, I want you now to tune into everything that is the reality of the experience that you're having now. So what do you hear? How does the earth feel underneath you? Where are you contacted to the earth? And how do you feel that grounding through your skin, through your bones, through your soft tissue? Good. And then noticing the energetic and the emotional state of the body. You're not here to change anything that's going to happen anyway. Just notice. I'm just asking you to be an observer and a real observer. Nice. Taking one more round of breath here. And then let's come back into our downward facing dog. So tuck your toes underneath, press the palms down, lift the sit bones up and high. Good. From your downward facing dog, we're going to take a very slow, gentle, long inhale through your nose. And then a releasing breath out of the mouth. Just reset for a moment. Last time, inhale, slow breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Nice. Now return the breath just back to the nose. I'm going to go one more time, right side and left side. So let's take a soft bend into our knees, gaze to our palms, and then either step or float the feet forwards. Inhale, take your halfway lift, just lengthen the spine for a moment. Exhale, let's fold down. Nice. Connect your palms, inhale, sweep the arms to the ceiling, reach up as you rise. Exhale, hands through to prayer heart center. And then opening out. Good. Curl the fingertips in, back to the hands, connect. Inhale, we lift the arms above the head. Now open the palms out, push down through space, find that resistance. This time, inhale, you lift your right leg up to your chest. Open the right knee out. Extend this right foot behind you as you incline your chest. Straight away, we dial the right hip bone down. You're going to transfer. Cut the right foot underneath you. Second side. Breathe in. We lift up. Root to rise. Opening out with that left knee. Extend, extend, extend. How long can you make yourself feel? Left hip dials down. Last time. Transfer the weight over. Inhale, we lift. Opening out. Lovely. Reach, 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 reach. Now, how elegantly can you find your warrior two? Right foot finds the floor. Let's reverse straight away. Inhale. Exhale to lower down. Good. This time, inhale, reverse. Toes are flexing. We're going to carve this left hand in front of us. You're looking for your right ankle. Bend into the right knee. Twist. One breath to open. Exhale, feed this right arm underneath you, come onto the second side. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, feet underneath you, come into your runner's lunge, then straight away find your high lunge. Reach the arms above the head. Now, what are you holding? Start to offer it forwards. Hips stay low. Now, maybe you're not going to use your hands at all as you come into your low lunge. Back knee goes down. We breathe in and lift the arms above the head. Exhale, open, cactus. Inhale, roll forwards. Send the sit bones back. Reaching forwards. Move with your breath. All you're doing is opening and closing the chest and opening and closing the hips. So keep on moving in this direction. And I've given you a blueprint. I've given you like the mechanics of something, but this is your movement now. So go ahead and explore within it, within the framework that you've been given, how it feels to move your body. Be creative. And if you're practicing next to someone, aim to have two completely different variations. Let's take one more full round. And whenever you're next coming forwards again, holding there, I'm going to wait for a breath, so we'll all gather together, everyone practicing. Now reach your arms forward, you're going to lift your right foot. Turn the toes to the left-hand side, sit all the way down. Right arm reaches long, push the hips forward. Inhale, you open. Circle this left arm behind you. And then come back, hug everything in. Sit down. Right hand shifts in. We're going to thread our right leg through. Breathe in as you fully extend out. Exhale, lower down. Keep it moving. Left arm sweeps down, we lift. Exhale to lower down. Good. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift your hips. Squeeze as you reach the left arm overhead. Good. Exhale to lower down. Last time. Breathe in. We squeeze. We lift. Lowering down. Now let's circle this left arm behind you. Let the left knee drop out. Plant the palms down. Hug the thighs in. Downward facing dog. As soon as you arrive, lift your right leg. Walk your hands back towards your left foot. Standing split, maybe funky variation, grabbing a hold of your foot. And then let it go. Cross your right foot behind your left foot. Bend into the knees, connect your palms. Inhale as you lift all the way up. Hands to prayer, twist to your right shoulder. Parallel your feet off. Open the arms. Last time, you curl the fingertips in. Lifting with the breath in. Opening with the breath out. This time, inhale, left leg is lifting up with you. Circle the knee out, extend through that left side body as you reach forward through the right arm. Carve underneath yourself, you're cutting under. Transfer the weight over, right leg is lifting. Opening out, feeding, 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 feeding back. Good, carve underneath you. Last time, breathe in. And you might find that your balance is a lot better now that you're moving faster. The body just adapts without having to think too much. Step behind you, find your warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse. You're straightening that right leg as you flex the toes to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, come back into your warrior two. I'm going to flip to change to face you. Last time, inhale, we reverse. Now we carve this right arm in front of you. You're going to grab a hold of your left ankle. Spin the chest to the ceiling as you twist. Exhale, feed this left arm underneath you, transfer over. How can you make it glide now? Last time, we carve underneath us, coming into your runner's lunge, come into your high lunge. Reach the arms above the head. Hold on to whatever it is and then generously give it forwards. Hips stay low. Maybe you're not going to use your hands as you come into your low lunge. Back knee goes down. Inhale, we lift the arms. Exhale, cactus as you open. Roll the shoulders in. Sending the sit bones back, flexing the toes to the ceiling. Good, moving forwards. How do you want to move within this framework? Allow it to flow in your way. Keep on going, a few more times. Transitioning forwards and backwards. And as you find this sort of creative element, the movement that sort of seamlessly flows, there's so much strength to be built around the hips to do this in terms of just this constant flowy movement to make it look really seamless, really, really powerful. Let's take one more round of breath. One more sequence of it. And as we next come forward, we'll all meet there together. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, lift, lift, lift. Now lift your left foot from the floor. You're going to turn the toes to the right hand side. Sit down. Reach this left arm long. Push your hips forward. You circle the right arm behind you. Push the hips open. Come back on yourself. Whoa. Left hand in. Let's extend this left leg through. Lift, lift, lift through your hips. And then lower all the way down. Keep it moving. Right arm swings. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale to lower down. Good, do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift the hips, sweep the arm overhead. This is a kind of wild thing variation. Last time, coming it down. Breathe in, let's lift. Exhale as you lower. Keep circling this right arm behind you. Let your right knee drop open. Plant the palms down, downward facing dog. Left leg is lifting as you arrive. And then hands are walking back towards right foot, finding your standing split. Bend into the knee. Maybe grab a hold of your foot as that option. So if you're curious, if your hands have not left the floor yet, or if you have not grabbed a hold of the ankle but you are curious for these options, go ahead and do it. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you're going to fall over, and you're probably practicing alone, which means that you won't lose any street cred. Also, so what? Who cares if we fall over? Doesn't matter. Just the ego gets hurt. Okay, from there, let's cross our left foot, behind your right foot. Connect your palms. Let's inhale, lift ourselves all the way to standing. Hands come through to prayer. Twist to your left shoulder. Parallel your feet off. Inhale, rise. Reach the arms above the head. Exhale, fold it down. Dangle for a moment, just let it all relax. Plant your palms into the ground. Let's step into our downward facing dog. Take a moment in child's pose. Send the sit bones back. Reach the arms forward. And if your shoulders are feeling a little bit tired, then maybe pass your arms beside you. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling. I just want you to rest now for a moment. Rest, be with your body, and notice all the things that have changed that the physical practice has cultivated. So the heat, the sweat maybe, the energy. Even as the body is still, you can still feel the energy sort of swirling around you. How your breath is deeper. Just be with it, just embody the moment, hold the charge for yourself. Good. All right, let's lift ourselves all the way up. So come to sit down onto your shins and then send your sit bones to either side. Let's swing the legs out in front of us. Good, so hopefully I'm going to move my mat away because you might not be able to see my legs. We're going to come into a little sort of glute stretch. So I want you to take your left shin in front, and then so your left shin in towards you and your right shin crossing over, and it's a very sort of loose cross position, and your knees probably going to stick away from the floor. Mine do quite a lot. If this is very uncomfortable, if you're kind of rounding and your knees are very lifted, pop the block or the book, whatever you sat on at the beginning, underneath your hip bones, or your sit bones, sorry. Flex the toes. Let's take the arms down. Inhale as you lift up. And as you exhale, the arms are going to shoot out diagonally away from you. So just start to walk the fingertips out and away. Whenever you feel that stretch, Holding for a moment. Breathe into it, and as you exhale, see if you want to go a little deeper. Maybe allowing chin to drop to your chest. Just breathing into the stretch. So you might feel this in your hips, your outer thighs. You might feel it in your lower back. Just one more breath here. Then slowly start to walk your hands back in, roll yourself up. Plant the palms behind you. Let's just rock over to the sit bones so you can change the crossing of your legs. It's flexing through the feet. Inhale, sit nice and tall. And then exhale, hands going out diagonally as you start to fold forwards. Good. Stop when you find the stretch. Inhale, breathe into it, lengthen. And then exhale, go a little bit deeper. So if you can, again, allow the chin to drop in towards the chest. It's just, we'll then tap into our spinal nerve, spinal nerves, central nervous system. With the head dropping down, it could change the experience through the whole of the rest of the body. And slowly start to release out. Let's walk our hands back in. Lift ourselves all the way up. Let's rock the weight towards your sit bones. Take the feet out in front of you. Now shift yourself all the way forward so you've got lots of space behind you. And then let's plant our feet down, lift up through your spine, exhale, lower down, one vertebrae at a time. So really control that descent, articulate through the back. Good, coming all the way onto the floor. Just walk your feet in a little closer towards you and just let the knees rock from side to side, little windscreen wiper. And then taking your thighs into your chest, give yourself a nice tight hug. Little rock from side to side. We'll come into a happy baby to finish. So separate the feet, take an outside grip of the soles of the feet, pull the knees down to the armpits, and if the feet are not in reach, then maybe just wrap your forearms around your thighs, pull them in here, or you can hold onto your ankles instead. Think about that lower back imprinting to the mat. It's a really great way to decompress the lower spine. Exhale, let's release out. And then do anything that you need to do to find your Shavasana. So if you need to grab a hold of a blanket or a jumper or turn a light off, then go ahead and do those things. Whenever you're ready, let's put ourselves in the most comfortable position. So might be feet on the floor, maybe legs extended out. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Allow the eyes to close down. Feel the surface that is underneath you. So feel the support. And then notice the space that is around you, above you, in between the toes and the fingers. And then just let it go. Let everything melt. Noticing what you're left with from the practice. So what this physical work, this creative flow, and how it still resides in the body. I'm going to stay with you to cue you all the way out of Shavasana. I'm just going to leave you without my words for a couple of moments so we can really sink in.
Just making your next inhale a little bit deeper now. Start by becoming aware of the physical body. And then just wiggling through your fingers and your toes. Start to invite some small movements in. A little rock of the head from side to side. You can extend the arms all the way back behind the head. Take a nice reach out long. And then pull your thighs into your chest. Give yourself a really lovely hug. Show your body some appreciation. A little rocking action side to side, and then move over towards whichever side you've got space on, right or left. Just come into a fetal position for a sec. And gradually let's start to lift ourselves. Keeping the eyes closed, just organize yourself up to a comfortable seat. And taking the hands to prayer at heart center as you arrive. Notice the space below you. Notice the space around you. And then asking yourself or tuning into what you feel, what you experience right now, and allow yourself to be honest in the answers. Bowing the chin towards the chest. So a final thank you for dedicating this time to yourself. Blinking the eyes open and allowing the light in. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to Dance Flow, I hope I haven't scared you off. So next week will be a new sequence. I make the sequence on a Monday, so on a Monday and a Thursday it will be the same, and then next week will be a new one. I'm going to stick around for a few moments, so if you've got any questions or anything at all, if you want to ask me. I feel like the playlist didn't go through, unfortunately. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because it's Spotify, it doesn't let me follow the link or whatever. But yes, massive thanks to everyone who has joined. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Kathy_Richardson on Instagram. If you want to follow me, I'm a bit more active on there these days. It's taken a pandemic, but I've finally resorted to it. Cool. Well, I think maybe there are no questions. Let's see, I'm just going to refresh. The pandemic, but I've finally... Cool. All right, in that case, I will say goodbye. Much love. Hope you all enjoy your evenings and stay safe. Bye-bye.